So the kids and I are out today. We put up the new bird feeder, and they're really excited to see the birds. But I'm going to be teaching you guys a lesson on ISO and what ISO actually represents. My name is James Ruddle and welcome to my channel. So ISO is how sensitive your camera is to light. So I'm going to shoot using my Nikon with a variety of different ISO. I'm going to start at ISO 100 and I'm going to move up to ISO 400, 800, 3200, and then I'm going to shoot at the highest ISO and show you really what the difference is. So today we've got a very bright, sort of sunny and cloudy day. There's so much more light than there is inside right now. And ISO, because it is how sensitive the camera is to light, it will affect what my shutter speed and my aperture needs to be to take a proper photo. So I'm going to take a photo of Madeline looking for birds. When you're out taking photos, just remember, as you increase the ISO, your need for a fast shutter speed decreases because less light needs to come in to take a properly exposed photo. So I just took a whole bunch of photos of the girls trying to feed the birds and Madeline looking at the birds. As you double the ISO, going from 100 to 200 or 400 to 800, what you're doing is you're decreasing the amount of time needed to expose your photo properly. So that means you can have a way faster shutter speed and capture less motion blur for the same amount of light. So in the case when you may be inside and you don't have a lot of available light, you can just increase the ISO and still have a fast shutter speed so that there's no blur when people are moving or kids are playing or something like that. Every camera has its own ISO profile, and so you really need to learn to shoot and adjust and figure out what is the maximum ISO you can actually shoot with. Because some cameras you can shoot at ISO 3200 and it looks great, but others it's way too noisy. And that's all because the cameras make and model and year. Lincoln, what are you doing?
I want you to get
What are you digging for though, bud?
for worms. I want you to get
Just wait. Okay, so right now I'm going to take one last photo before I go inside and take it on ISO 100, f4.8, and 1/320th of a second. And then I'm going to take Madeline inside and take the exact same settings inside and show you the difference. So Madeline and I are going to take two more photos. The first photo is at the exact same settings that I was taking photos outside. So watch this. So the photo is all black. There's nothing there. And it's because I was on ISO 100. My shutter speed was 1/320 and my aperture was 4.8. But I need to change my ISO. I'm gonna go with ISO 6400 and show you now what the photo looks like inside. Stop moving, please. Okay. Just watch out, because sometimes if you're adding too high an ISO, your picture starts to get very noisy. So remember, there's like a magic triangle, kind of like the exposure compensation triangle, ISO, shutter speed, and f-stop. The magic triangle relates to how ISO is noise, shutter speed is motion blur, and aperture is depth of focus or depth of field. Good luck as you're shooting. Just start playing around with your ISO. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a lot. And the next lesson I'm gonna do is on white balance.